Hi guys, it's Kino. Welcome to another video. So today's reading is going to be messages and predictions for the rest of 2024. So whenever you happen to come across this reading, we are looking at the time period from right now, when you are watching this, until December 31st, 2024. So there are 4 groups for you guys to choose from today. I'm going to show you each of these crystals up close one by one, and please pick whichever one you feel drawn to the most. Number 1 is Amazonite. Number 2 is purple Aragonite. Number 3 is strawberry quartz. And number 4 is yellow opal. Okay, so as always, take all the time you need to pick. You can pause the video if you need to. I'm gonna go ahead and get started with number 1. Hi number ones. So if you guys chose the Amazonite, this is going to be a reading all about what is happening for you in the rest of 2024. So as you can see, we have these 2 piles of oracle cards. This one is going to represent your current energy at the time that you are watching this. And then this is going to represent your energy at the very end of the year. So by comparing the 2 energies here, we can see what is shifting for you and how things are going to be changing within the rest of this year. And if what I'm describing here in your current energy does resonate with your current situation, then that will be your sign that this is your group. So without further ado, let's get into it. For your current energy, we're starting off with strawberry fields, fertility, inner spring, purity. We have success with peppermint. And we have milestone. For your end of year energy, we have Venusian rising, new frequencies, fantasies, Libra energy. We have happiness with marjoram. And we have playing it safe. Okay, group number 1s, you have a very exciting current energy. If this is not your energy right now, this is about to be your energy very, very soon. We have success and milestone. So that is a pretty straightforward message. You are achieving a very big goal soon, or you have achieved a very big goal recently. For some reason, passing an exam is coming to my mind. Like you passed an exam, or you got accepted into something. Maybe you won an award, maybe you won a contest. You could have graduated from something as well. I'm hearing like passing with flying colors. Or simply you have reached an unprecedented level of success or an unprecedented level of progress in your professional journey, in your studies, in a creative pursuit. The word promotion is also coming to my mind. Like you could be getting a promotion or getting a raise. In any case, I think you guys get the picture. There's a very significant accomplishment here. It feels like something that you had been working on for quite some time. And so this feels like the climax. It feels like the culmination. And I do think that you are not only celebrating yourself at this time, but you will be celebrated by others. Trophy really makes me think of placing, you know, like first place, second place. You are really outstanding. You are at the top of something, at the top of a class, or at the top of a chart, or the highest ranking something, and you are being celebrated for your excellence. It's also coming through for some of you. This victory is particularly emotional because it's something that you had tried before and didn't succeed. So it's like maybe you took an exam in the past and you failed, and now you're retaking it and this time you passed. I'm also thinking of a driver's test. Like you failed your driver's test maybe several times, and this is the time where you finally got it. Or like maybe you ran a marathon and you didn't complete it and you were really upset about it, and then you came back for revenge and this time you completed it. Like for some of you, there's that feeling of doing it over and you finally get it right this time, and it's like it's very emotional. But yeah, even with this keyword of fertility, oh, maybe for some of you it has to do with conceiving a child. If that's not something you're trying to do, just ignore me. I feel like that's for a very specific few of you. But with this message of fertility, I do think that translates to success. Like, you have planted your seeds in fertile soil, you were well prepared, you were on the right path, and this victory is really a confirmation of that. Also, spring, this season of spring, it's like an exciting new beginning. So whatever victory you're having here, it is opening the door for more opportunities, for bigger opportunities, and for more possibilities. I guess an easy example of this is like if you got accepted into a certain school, that's going to open the door for you to have better career opportunities in the future. Like, this one door that's open for you is going to open many, many more in your future. And so I do think that it's very exciting. And I think your spiritual team really just wants you to know that you are on the right path. I'm hearing so close you can taste it. So I think you are really on to something in terms of discovering what your calling is or your greatest passion. And even the number 19, I'm thinking of the sun. The number 20, I'm thinking of judgment. The number 6, that's a lover's card as well. So you're definitely being celebrated by loved ones and you are being talked about. I just had this image of a family reunion and you are the center of conversation. Like, did you hear what group number 1 did? Oh my gosh, I'm so proud of group number 1. Let's toast. Here's to group number 1's victory. It's like everybody is talking about it. This victory is bringing you attention. Yeah. There's buzz around you. So yeah, this is either your current energy or it is about to be. So for those of you who are working your butt off towards a goal, this is some really very auspicious foreshadowing that we have here. And with the key too, it's like finally, there's a feeling of finally getting it right, or the door finally opened for you. So now we get into your energy at the end of the year, and we have this new frequencies, fantasies, Libra energy. What I feel intuitively when I look at this card is that you're in this celebratory energy now. By the end of the year, you will already be setting your sights on the next goal. But I think this is something that is exciting for you. It's something that you're happy about. So just to explain what I mean, you know, there could be an instance where you achieve this really big goal that you had been working towards for ages. And then once you get it, it like doesn't hit the way you thought it would. It doesn't make you happy the way you thought it would. Or once you reach that goal, you feel empty because you're like, now what? You know, that's the unpleasant outcome of this situation. I feel like for you, yes, you're already moving on to the next thing, but it's not from a place of, oh, now what? Like, now I have to find another thing to excite me. Now I have to find another thing to make me happy. Like, it's never enough. It's not coming from that kind of place. It's like, I'm so freaking excited and I'm going to keep going. Like, on to the next thing. What is the next thing? You feel so excited about it and kind of embracing that is the way life is, you know? You set an intention, you manifest it. From that new point, you have more perspectives, you have more opportunities of things you can manifest, and then you generate a new desire, and then you make that come true, and you expand even more, and then you generate a new desire. And that never endingness of it, I think, is something that's really exciting you. You're like, I can't wait to see what I will do next. And I think that people around you are feeling the same way. Like, oh my gosh, what's group number 1 gonna do next? They're on fire. So yeah, by the end of the year, you're already setting your sights on something new and getting excited about something else. I feel like you guys are gonna be busy, busy in the following year in 2025. I'm also noticing that 2015 could be a year that was of significance for some of you. Maybe that's even when you started on this journey or got the idea to work towards this goal. But yeah, I just see you very excited. And with this playing it safe, you see this person looks kind of reflective. I don't think this is saying that you are playing it safe. I think this is you reflecting on how you might have done so in the past. It's like you achieved this goal and you're like, yeah, that was awesome, but I feel like I could go even bigger. I feel like past version of me who set that goal didn't quite realize what they were capable of yet. So while I am very proud that I reached that goal, I think I might have been underestimating myself a little bit. This is you talking, by the way. Now that you've reached this goal, you're like, damn, I really am capable of a lot more than I realize. And so maybe I have kind of been playing it safe in my manifestations and in the things that I'm pursuing. So I actually feel like you're wanting to go even bigger with your next goal. So you are in 2025, you're going to outdo yourself. Whatever you're achieving here, you're doing something even more crazy next year. So this is a really exciting energy. Something that past you, you're doing something that past you would scoff at or snort at, like pff, as if you think you can do that. And past you would think that you're being unrealistic by setting this big goal. But current you is like, no, you're being unrealistic because you're underestimating me. It's something that past you would have like laughed in your face if you told them you were going for this goal. But you're like, no, like, girl, you can be any gender, but you know what I mean? Like that endearing girl, please. We can do so much more. That's the vibe that you're in, and I love it. Okay, so we are gonna get into your tarot now. I'm gonna be using the Shadowscapes tarot. And let's see what is happening for you in the rest of this year. So I'm gonna take reversals for this part. If a card appears in the upright, it will indicate something that's happening externally. If it appears in the reverse, it will indicate something that's happening internally. And then we're also gonna take the bottom of the deck energy as sort of the main theme for you in the rest of this year. I'm getting like King of Wands vibes as well, which that's probably you. That's probably your vibe. Victorious, feeling on top of the world, feeling like the main character. I feel like whatever goal you're achieving, it is gaining you more respect and people are going to take you more seriously now. That's something that is coming through. Not that you care, because you're gonna do what you want anyway. I don't think the King of Wands gives a shit if people take him seriously or not. But it's some kind of official accolade that you are receiving, or maybe you're being recognized by a prestigious organization. You're getting some kind of credentials. I also feel like just with how long it's taking for these cards to come out, after you achieve this goal, you're probably going to take a much deserved vacation, maybe go on a nice little trip. We have the Fool in reverse, which this is also making me think of, I do think that you have underestimated yourself, but also people around you could have underestimated you. There's something about downplaying your intelligence. You maybe downplayed your own intelligence, and then that caused other people to do the same thing. Because it's like, how can they know the genius that you have hidden up your sleeve if you're hiding it up your sleeve? You know what I mean? I'm hearing like you need to start accepting that you're smart. Like some of you guys are in denial that you are a highly intelligent person, or you kind of dismiss it or downplay it. We have the Queen of Wands in reverse. So that's funny that I was picking up on King of Wands energy. And then we have the Seven of Wands, which just fell out without me even having to do anything. And then, okay, we're going to take it that way. And then we have the Lovers in the upright. So interesting that we briefly mentioned the Lovers before, and now it's coming out. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Two of Swords in reverse. I like this card in reverse because it indicates to me a sense of clarity and certainty and decisiveness. And so a theme for you, the theme for you for the rest of the year is confirmation. You're receiving such a powerful confirmation that you're on the right path. And I'm hearing that you've never felt so sure, like inside of yourself, you've never felt so sure that you're on the right path and that you're doing what you're meant to be doing, and you're pursuing the things that you're meant to be pursuing. Like you're just receiving a huge confirmation of that, massive, by the end of this year. So with the Fool being in reverse, this is something that's going on for you internally. I think that you're becoming a lot more, I want to say, open-minded about the world. And I guess what I'm really trying to say with that is that a lot of your limiting beliefs are being blown out of the water. I actually have this visual of a hose with really strong water pressure, and the hose is just blasting off dirt and mud and guck from your mind, and all of that dirt represents limiting beliefs that had kind of like been caked on. Sorry, I don't like that visual, but you're getting cleaned out of those limiting beliefs, and so you're becoming a lot more open-minded about what is possible for you, and kind of seeing opportunities in places where maybe you wouldn't have seen them before because your mind was so quick to shut it down. And I think you are coming out of this year just with a lot of belief in yourself and a high self-esteem, but it's a very humble one. You know what I mean? It's not like, because the Fool is just so pure and so, I want to say naive, but that has a negative connotation. I think just very pure-hearted. It's like, I believe in myself because there's no reason not to. I think what is coming to me is that pride and shame are two sides of the same coin, and you kind of have neither. Like you're not afraid of embarrassing yourself. You're not afraid of what people might think of you because you just don't have pride like that. You know what I mean? Like you're not going to give it weight. And even if everybody was gassing you up and saying, oh my gosh, you're the best person in the world, you're better than everyone, like you would take that with a grain of salt as well. Like you're just getting to a really balanced place where you're just very open and humbled by the universe and like enthusiastic to work with the universe. And I think by the end of this year, you're truly coming to a place within yourself that you believe that anything is possible. With the Queen of Wands in reverse, you could be reconnecting to an old passion of yours or a dormant talent of yours. Like the talent was always there, but you maybe hadn't been using it. And maybe it's because past you deemed that you would never get anywhere with it, or that you could never excel at it. But the current version of you who does not play it safe is like, no, I think we can be excellent at this. And even if we're not the best in the world with this talent, we should still express it. It's not about being the best, and it's not about being perfect. It's about the joy of expressing yourself, and it's about whom you might connect with in the process, and how your expression can make people feel, and how your expression can uplift and inspire others. And I guess putting that pressure to be the best of the best, I'm hearing it just makes life boring because it robs you from so many chances to just be carefree and express yourself. So yeah, I think this Queen of Wands is like, I see this person playing the harp, you know, maybe bringing up the old musical instrument from your basement and dusting it off and retuning it and getting back into it. And there's something about removing feelings of shame and getting to do it on your own terms now. I'm hearing for some of you, like, you maybe had a talent that you really liked, but someone ruined it for you. That's a very specific message, but maybe someone put too much pressure on you, or someone made you do it to the point that you got sick of it, or someone was just like rude to you about it. Someone was very harsh, and maybe that was you yourself, but it feels like for some of you, it's someone else. It's like they took that passion away from you, or took your agency away from using your talents and using your gifts, and now you're able to reclaim it. It could even have been something that you used to do for work, and a certain company or a certain industry really exploited your talent and made you feel like it didn't belong to you, but now it does belong to you. You're coming back to it. I also think, you know, with the Queen of Wands, more often than not, I do think of a physically attractive person. So I think you're starting to feel a lot more beautiful or comfortable in your skin, and really appreciating the way that you look, and having more fun with expressing yourself and experimenting with different styles. And I don't even think it's necessarily that your physical appearance is changing. And it's interesting because, like, this is internal energy, and I think that in the past you may have wanted to go through a glow up in the external sense. So when you thought about going through a glow up, you would think, I want to change this about my appearance. I want to reach this goal in terms of how I look. I want to look like this or that. And then now realizing that the real glow up was something internal. The real glow up was realizing that you were beautiful just the way you were, and you never had to change anything. And yeah, there's something about radically accepting yourself as you are. So for those of you who have been considering making modifications to your appearance, of course, there's literally nothing wrong with that. But it just seems like by the end of the year, you might think differently. You might be like, actually, I don't need to make those changes. I'm perfectly fine as I am. And just embracing and working with your natural beauty. And I think that includes embracing and working with your natural strengths and your natural talents. Something else that's coming to my mind is there's more than one way to be healthy, and healthy doesn't have a certain look. And because there are so many different ways to achieve health, you don't have to achieve it through a way that you dread, or a way that feels like forcing it. And maybe looking at health from a more holistic way, and prioritizing stress reduction and mental and emotional well-being as like one of the very important things. So if the way you're currently employing to get healthy is stressing you out, then it's kind of counterproductive. That might be a message for some of you. Then we have some external energies, the cards in the upright. We have the Seven of Wands and we have the Lovers. Now, the Seven of Wands can be a challenging card. As you can see, these creatures are battling, and this one is protecting their babies, like protecting something that is important to them. So there is a feeling of standing up for yourself and defending yourself, but just this card fell out so easily. I don't know if you saw it, but I didn't even shuffle. It just kind of like bloop, fell out. So there's an interesting duality there where the card itself talks about a challenging energy, but it fell out so easily. So it could be that you're doing something that once was very difficult for you and now it's easy. And maybe that's actually standing up for yourself. It used to be really difficult for you to do that, and now it's just coming naturally to you. I also, it could just be feeling like you don't need to prove yourself anymore. Like before, you felt like if someone was talking their shit, you had to like run into battle and defend your honor and say, no, that's not true. I'm not like that. Or like, you're wrong. And, battle it out. And now you just don't even feel like you have to do that. And you're just letting people say what they want to say and letting people think what they want to think, because this is probably something you've learned through experience. You're never going to convince someone who doesn't want to be convinced. Like, some people are just really committed to believing what they believe, and nothing you say is going to make a difference. And so maybe it's just that you've become a lot better at discerning when it's worth it to challenge someone, or when it's worth it to call someone out, like if they're going to be receptive to it. Because sometimes people can be receptive to it and you can have a productive conversation with them. And other times you just can't. And maybe for some of you, this is a specific person. Like maybe there's a really difficult person that you deal with at work or in your family, and you've kind of figured out like, okay, it's not worth it. It's not worth it getting into an argument with them over this. Like, it's just going to raise my blood pressure. Like, and maybe that goes back to centering stress reduction and emotional well-being in your health regimen. That also goes into your relationships, and not engaging in things that are going to stress you out for no reason, like just unnecessary stress. And so I think you're getting better at letting things just roll off your back. This is Leo energy. It's a fixed sign. And so there is a sense of resilience in it. Leo it's the strength card. And it's also the sun card, which is carefree. So it's like you're strong enough to not give a shit, basically. And I think even if you're, scrolling on your phone and you see something annoying or upsetting, it's easier to just be like, ugh, whatever. That's dumb. And it's not gonna, like, things are not really going to get to you, because you can discern so quickly, oh, like, it's not even worth it trying to understand this person's logic because they don't have any. It's not worth it trying to argue with this person because they're committed to seeing things their way. And so I'm just gonna, just gonna let go. Yeah, that I think is something that you are mastering. And honestly, quite honestly, you do not even have time to worry about what other people are doing, because you are so busy with your success and with your milestones and with your victories and planning your next moves and setting your next goals. And then we have the Lovers, which is in the upright. So this represents something that is happening externally. And as you can see, these people are kissing. The Lovers doesn't always have to be romantic, but it does look pretty romantic in this deck. So I do think that love is in the air for many of you who chose this group. And of course, this will depend on where you are at in your love life. So for some of you, this could look like meeting a new love interest if you don't currently have one, or it can indicate getting together with your love interest if you do have one. It can indicate reaching the next level in your relationship if you are already in a relationship, but there is some, and it's a happy development. There is some happy development that is coming in your love life. I'm just thinking that for some of you, these two could go together, realizing that you don't have to defend your relationship to people who don't get it. This is probably very specifically for a few of you. Like if there were people around you who didn't approve of your relationship or who didn't approve of your choice in partner or like your sexual or romantic identity or tendencies or how you like to be in relationships, you're like, I don't have to justify that to anyone because it's between me and my person or me and my people. And so I just don't even care. Like, I think you just, and it's funny, it's after all of those limiting beliefs get washed away that I think you stop giving so many fucks. I think you're leaving a lot of fucks in 2024 and you're not bringing them into 2025 because you do not have time. Like, I don't care. You can put your opinion in my suggestion box and I'll read it eventually. Like, no, I won't, but just so you can feel good about yourself and say your piece. We just really don't care. And we're gonna do what makes us happy. So, but yeah, anyway, that was maybe a bit of a tangent, but a positive development is happening in your love life by the end of this year. So meeting your person, getting together with your person, moving to the next level with your person, that is definitely something that is happening. Word of mouth is coming to my mind. So for some of you, like if you haven't met your person yet, they're out there and they're gonna hear stories about you before they meet you. And so that's probably, it could be that they hear about your accomplishments and they hear about what you're doing before they meet you. Or it could be that you have a mutual friend or a mutual acquaintance in your life and that person is telling your future love interest all about you. Like, oh my gosh, I really want to introduce you to group number 1. Like I feel like even at the point that you're watching this, they've already heard about you, heard stories about you, know of your existence. You just haven't been formally introduced yet. Interesting. So just to finish off this reading, we're gonna roll a few dice and just see if there's any other messages, any other information you should know. I'm gonna take 3 and okay. So we have the planet Pluto. Actually, let me take 4 because I feel like it's gonna look better. We have Pluto, we have Neptune, Mercury, and Pisces. Yeah, so these two energies together, Pluto and Neptune, it really does feel like major transformation that feels surreal. The doors that are opening for you, group number 1, it feels surreal to you. And the way your life changes when you let go of these limiting beliefs, it feels surreal to you. It feels like you've stepped into a totally new world that operates on totally different rules. And it's funny because yes, it feels surreal, but it also feels more visceral and more vivid. Life will kind of feel like you are walking through a very vivid dream. I also think something that could be happening in the rest of this year is that you are telling someone something and there's no going back after that. So you could be revealing a secret, revealing something that you had kept secret to a person in your life, something about who you are, something about how you feel, something you did, or just like you're telling someone something they need to know. And it could be quite intense. and there's a feeling of there's no going back. This could change the dynamic of our relationship, but I just have to be okay with that, and I have to get this off my chest. I think that for those of you who are creatives, you're going to be getting inspiration from more various sources. So just for an example, let's say you write songs, and until now, you would mostly write songs about people in your life. You know, maybe you write about your ex, or you write about your love interest or something like that, like people that you personally know. But now you're starting to branch out a bit. Maybe you get inspired by a video game that you're playing and you write a song as if you are in the point of view of one of the characters in a video game, or people, like you get inspired by movies, or you get inspired by world events and you're writing about that now. It's like you're kind of branching out from where you source your inspiration, I guess I could say. Yeah. And Mercury in Pisces could be a significant placement that you or someone has. And I think that could be Mercury in Scorpio too, because Pluto rules over Scorpio. Yeah, so those are all of the messages for my group number ones. Thank you so much for letting me do this reading for you. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching, and I wish you all the best. Please take good care of yourself, stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. If you enjoy my content and you'd like to find me elsewhere, I'm gonna have linked down below my tarot reading Instagram, my personal Instagram, my Patreon, where you can watch tons of timeless, exclusive pick a card readings just like this one, and you can also decide on topics for future readings. I will link my music channel, which includes the intro song of this video. That is an original song. I will also have my latest release link down below. And finally, my vlog channel and my merch, which features the floating temple that was at the start of this video. Thank you guys so much for supporting me, my channel, and anything I do. I really, really appreciate having you here, and I'm sending so much love to you, to your higher self, to anyone who appeared in this reading, to their higher self. I'm sending love to your spirit guides, your spiritual team, and all of your loved ones, both here on earth and in the other realms. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye. Hi, number twos. So if you guys chose the purple Aragonite, this is going to be a reading all about what is happening for you in the rest of 2024. So as you can see, we have these two piles of oracle cards. This one is going to represent your current energy at the time that you are watching this, and this is going to represent your energy at the very end of this year. So by comparing these two energies, we can see what is shifting and changing for you within the rest of this year. And if what I'm describing resonates with your current situation, then that will be a sign that this is in fact your group. So without further ado, let's get into it. For your current energy, we are starting off with Aphrodite dreams, dreamer, goddess energy, fluidity. Then we have abundance with grapes. And we have kindred partnership. For your end of year energies, we have crystal clear channel, a bridge, portals are opening, confirmation. We have desire. And we have optimism. Okay, this is a pretty specific energy for my group number twos, so you'll probably know pretty early on if this is for you. It does seem like a big theme for you in the rest of this year is a partnership or a relationship, a connection that is very special to you. And judging from, this is a people category, and we see these two people embracing. So I do think this is about a connection with another person for a lot of you. If that doesn't resonate with you, then rather than this being another person, it could be like a place or it could be a goal. But yeah, I have a feeling this is about a connection for most of you who chose this group. In your current energy, it does seem like you are allowing yourself to explore this connection, and especially exploring your own emotions, your own experiences of the connection, what it's bringing up for you, what it inspires in you. It seems like you're very much in an energy of observing and allowing. In your current energy, you seem to be detached from outcomes. It's like you don't want to put that kind of pressure on yourself. And you also don't want to put that pressure on the other person or, whatever is on the other side of this connection. And you could be having a lot of dreams about it. I think this includes sleeping dreams as well as waking dreams. And I feel like with this message of fluidity, and also with this being card number 3, that's the number of the Empress. It just feels like boundless abundance. It feels like unconditional love. It really feels like you don't want to try to push this situation in any one direction. Maybe you don't want to put any labels on it. You just want to be in the experience and you just want to allow it to unfold as it's going to. I feel like this fluidity represents your willingness to work with the universe and just surrender to how things organically unfold. And I also sense a deep gratitude with you in your current energy. Like, I'm just grateful that I get to feel this way. I'm just grateful that I get to feel this love or this passion, this spark. That in itself is a gift. I'm not going to consider this a gift or not based on the outcome. I already know for sure, because of the way it's making me feel, that this is a beautiful gift and a beautiful miracle. Like, it just seems like you're in a really beautiful energy about it. Now, when we move into the end of the year, we see, it feels like this is being grounded, because in the current energy, I see this connection more as just something that you're observing, something you're learning about, something that you are experiencing without attachments or judgments. And it's just making you happy. Like, you're just basking in that happy feeling. And by the end of the year, it seems like it's actually solidifying into a concrete desire, if that makes sense. So I guess in the case that this is a connection with another person, which I do feel like it is for many of you, this would just go from, daydreaming about the person or just thinking about what you love about them and being grateful that you could meet them, even being grateful that you could be on earth at the same time as them, and just appreciating what these feelings have taught you about yourself and taught you about life, to now it's being grounded into this definitive desire of like, I want to be with this person, or I want to do XYZ with this person. I want to manifest this outcome. Because it feels like you received enough of a confirmation from the universe that this was meant to be. And it's almost like you didn't want to impose, or you didn't want to make any assumptions about what this connection was supposed to be or what it was trying to show you. So you just really wanted to take your time to observe it. But by the end of the year, you're receiving some kind of clear, like crystal clear, a very clear confirmation about what this connection is meant to be. And so it's grounding itself as a real desire. I just feel like that's the only way I can put it. It's interesting too, there's green, almost this lush greenery in all of these cards. In both of these, we see these beautiful green landscapes and lettuce is green. And I do feel like this has to do with something being grounded on earth. It's giving very 3D energy. And also green being the color of the heart chakra, that is very sweet. So I think it's kind of dawning on you by the end of the year that, oh wait, this is something I really want to experience in the flesh. This is something that I really want to experience in the 3D. And I feel confident in saying that now, and it feels right saying that. I've sort of graduated from that thinking of, oh, maybe I just like the idea of this, or I'm not really sure what this is supposed to be yet. It's like, no, I'm sure now. I know that this is something I want. I know that this is something I can manifest. You are getting that kind of confirmation. With the message of crystal clear channel as well, a bridge, portals are opening. It could be that doors are opening so that you can move forward in this connection. I also think this is talking about psychic abilities and telepathic abilities heightening. I think you're going to be utilizing your psychic abilities a lot more towards the end of this year. And just another indication that this is about a partnership is that we have the number 3, the number of the Empress here, and then at the end of the year we have 3-4, which is the Empress and the Emperor. And that's not to say that you have to be a man and a woman, but just that the Empress and the Emperor do make a pair, you know? So I feel like that is a confirmation as well. And yeah, and really feeling optimistic about it. I feel like throughout this whole journey, throughout this whole experience, you have maintained a positive attitude and just one of gratitude, which I think is very beautiful. So yeah, I do think that this energy could resonate with you, even if what is on the other side is not another person, because it's really just about going from a state of exploring your emotions and allowing yourself to daydream and visualize and just see what you're being shown, to really solidifying like, okay, I want this. I'm willing to take action, universe. I'm ready. Show me what I need to do, or show me the way, or just show me what you have. Show me what you have prepared. I'm prepared to let it really unfold. So if this sounds like you, then this is your group, and we're gonna move into your tarot now to see more specifically what is happening for you in the rest of this year. I'm gonna be taking reversals for this part. So upright cards will represent something that's happening externally, and reversed cards will represent something that's happening internally. And I'm also going to take the bottom of the deck card, and that's going to represent an overall theme for the rest of this year. I wanted to mention as well that the letter C could be significant, just like crystal clear channel. It's a lot of C's going on. That could be someone's initial. Also, A and D, like Aphrodite, dreams, abundance, desire. That might be more specific, but AD could be somebody's initials, or DA. Or maybe that's letters in their name, like Adrian, Adriana, or another name that I don't know, because it could be in different languages too. Andrew, Alexander, Andrea, Alexandra, something like that. Okay, I'm gonna do one more shuffle. Also, I was just talking about this the other day when I was filming, that blue and yellow. It's the colors of the Two of Cups people. One of them is in blue and one of them is in yellow. So I feel like that's also a confirmation. Of course, with Two of Cups being a happy reciprocal connection, a soulmate connection. Okay, my group number 2s. What is happening for you in the rest of this year? What is happening for you in the rest of 2024? The Queen of Pentacles could be a significant card. So if that comes up in readings, it could represent you or it could represent your person. We have the Empress coming up in reverse. So we've talked about her a couple of times. I also just smelled my dog, which I am not in the same building as her right now, but I just got like a waft of her smell. Maybe she's thinking about me, maybe she misses me, but that could be a sign for you guys as well that maybe there's a dog who is thinking about you or missing you, whether they are incarnate on earth or on the other side. You could have the spirit of a dog around you. Yeah, it's giving companion animal vibes because the Empress is a parent and a nurturer. So it's an animal who sees you as this loving, nurturing presence in their life. And actually, that might be a message for some of you in the rest of this year, that perhaps you're welcoming a companion animal into your family, or maybe your person has an animal and so they're sort of becoming part of your family too. Or maybe if, like, for example, if you have a companion animal in your childhood home or at your parents' house, you could be going to visit them. We have the Three of Wands in the upright and the Four of Swords in reverse. We have the Five of Pentacles in reverse. And then those came out with a lot of force and fell on the floor, but let's see what we have. Okay. We have the Queen of Cups in the upright and the Nine of Cups in reverse. And then at the bottom of the deck, look at this. We have the Knight of Cups in the upright. So yeah, needless to say, I think we've already established this, but it's really being confirmed for my group number 2s that love is a big theme for you in the rest of this year. And specifically the Knight of Cups, it's like someone coming towards you with an offering of love, with an offering of emotions. They're offering their heart to you. So that is a very clear prediction that is coming through. With the Empress in reverse, this is something that's happening internally. So again, gratitude is a big theme for you in the rest of this year. Nine of Cups as well. These feel like gratitude and abundance. And it's a kind of abundance that comes from within. It's this realization that everything is okay, that you have everything you'll ever need. There's definitely a feeling of feeling whole and complete within yourself, and that you feel like, I don't need or want anything more to be happy. Like I'm so happy with what I already have. I'm so happy to be alive. I'm happy to be on this earth. I'm happy to have my emotions. I'm happy to have the capacity to give and receive love. It just feels like an immense gratitude at the miracle of being alive is maybe how you would describe it. You are just full of gratitude. And I think that this is making you more generous to other people and having more of a capacity to be there for other people, because your cup feels so full. You feel like you have everything you need. You feel you're just brimming with love and you really want to give to others. I do think in general you're craving for more connection and craving for more closeness in the rest of this year. And I also think that means you may be feeling more sentimental and more affectionate in existing connections. So reaching out to your friends more just to let them know how much you love them and appreciate them, or reaching out to your family. And I just see you doing more little acts of kindness just because it makes you so happy to see how it brightens other people's day. I even have an image of someone who works in something like retail or customer service, and it could be so easy to just, clock in, do what you need to do and clock out, but it's someone's going the extra mile. Maybe they're just smiling or complimenting or doing extra little things, going the extra mile for the customers who come in, and it's really making their day. It just seems like you're doing extra little things to give to others, to share kindness with others, to make people's day. And because of that, you're experiencing a lot of beautiful connection, because that energy is going to be given right back to you. And I think one of the things that's just making you happiest during this time is connecting to others, and that exchange of love, and realizing that you can find that anywhere. And it's funny, it's kind of that ironic thing that we often see, where it's when you realize that you don't need to look for love in one specific person, or you don't need one specific person, because you can find that kind of beautiful unconditional love all around you in the world, and you can have a beautiful connection with anyone as your fellow soul. And it's when you realize that, and it's when you feel whole and complete, that your specific person enters your life or comes towards you. And that's when you can really experience a secure attachment and a secure connection with that person, because you don't feel like you have to hold on to them specifically to meet certain needs. So it looks like in relationships in general, you're in a very good place, and you're really setting yourself up to be in a beautiful, healthy partnership with a specific person. There is something with this 3 of Wands in the upright and 4 of Swords in reverse, where you could be feeling, oh, this is interesting, because at first I was going to say that you could be feeling tired in the rest of this year, but that's not quite the right word. It's not that you're lacking in physical energy, but you could be lacking in motivation. And but it's interesting. It's kind of this realization that you were maybe running on stress or running on adrenaline before, and when that anxiety, and like running off of anxiety, and when that goes away, because with the 9 of Cups, this is definitely our stress levels are lowering. You have more inner peace, you have more inner fulfillment, you have more contentment. So your stress levels are very low in the rest of this year. And it's like, when all of that adrenaline and anxiety is gone, there's certain things that you can't motivate yourself to do anymore. And so you're approaching this from a place of, oh, that's interesting. not judging yourself for not being able to do certain things, but it's an interesting thing of, oh wow, so before I was really just running off of pure stress and anxiety, and now I'm not tired, I'm just relaxed. This is actually just what it feels like to be relaxed and to allow myself to rest. So I want to say you are repairing your relationship with rest, and recognizing, it's almost like you would have labeled this before as, oh, I'm tired, I'm lacking motivation, I'm lazy. And now you're like, no, I'm just resting, I'm just at peace, I'm just chilling, like I'm just vibing. It's the feelings of guilt that made me think that like I had to fix it. You're resting and you're happy about it. But there's something about an activity that you had planned, an activity or an event or like a trip that you had planned, that you're still gonna do it, but you're just not as excited about it anymore. And again, I feel like there's no judgment attached to these emotions. I feel like you're just observing. So this is just one example, but let's say earlier in the year, you made plans that you were gonna go hike up this big mountain. And now that it's time to do it, you don't even really feel excited about it. You're like, I could go without the mountain. Like, I really don't care. But I think you're still gonna do it. Like, you're still gonna go on the trip or go to the event or whatever it might be. But you're kind of realizing this was something that I planned from a place of fear, like fear of missing out, or fear of I'm lazy if I don't do this, or like wanting to prove something to myself, or like wanting to prove that I can be active. It wasn't really coming from a genuine place of interest or desire. And now that that pressure is gone and I'm just vibing and content with myself, I don't really feel like I want to do this anymore. It's just like, you feel about it, you know? It could even be like you got invited to a party and you really wanted to go at first because you're like, oh, I can network with all these cool people and I can prove that I'm cool like them. But then the day of the party comes and you've just gone through so many shifts internally that you're like, I honestly don't care about this party. I honestly don't really care about impressing anybody there. It's like, I'm over it. That's kind of the feeling. You're just good within yourself and you're over it. And previous things that you had planned and that you felt like you needed to do, when the day actually comes, you're like, like whatever. I hope that makes sense. And then we have this Five of Pentacles in reverse. So this is also something that is internal. And this does feel a little bit bittersweet. Often when I see the Five of Pentacles come up for internal things or for someone's personal growth, I see a shift away from materialism or a redefining of what abundance means to somebody. And so I think you're definitely going through a shift of defining abundance as external things or seeking external forms of abundance to now seeing true abundance as something that is within. And that realization in itself, I think, feels good. But I also think there's a little bit of sadness for the way you used to judge yourself in the past, or the way you used to let external things define your worth. And you're realizing it's like the irony is that the more I chased external things, the more I chased material things, thinking that it was going to make me abundant, I was actually becoming less abundant because I was becoming more stressed, or I was losing touch with my inherent value as a soul, or I was exploiting myself, or I was selling my soul. And you kind of get tricked into thinking that you're getting richer and richer the more external things you accumulate, but it's actually the opposite. I wonder if you even reach, this might be for some of you, where you reach a pinnacle in your career or in your finances or in your social status, and then you actually realize that this is the least abundant I felt, or this is the emptiest I felt in some extreme cases. Because it's like I gave up my authentic expression, or I gave up my freedom, or I gave up time with my loved ones. And I'm realizing that for me, at least personally, those are more so the things that make me feel abundant. And I ignored that, and I bought into someone else's idea of what abundance should be. And you're, I guess, reclaiming the definition for yourself. And if you get to define it, it's all about matters of the heart. It's all about love. It's all about connection. That's what makes you feel the most abundant. Yeah. So I love the way you're just blossoming. I love it. It's like your energy is so strong, but it's also very soft. And it just feels very warm and enveloping. I feel like your higher self is just giving the whole world a hug. Very soothing. Okay, so we're gonna roll some dice now. I'm gonna take 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. What else should group number 2 know about the rest of this year? Ooh, we have the North Node. We have Capricorn, the number 9. And this is also Capricorn. Okay, Capricorn energy coming out twice. So there could be someone with Capricorn placements who is very significant to you, whether that is you or someone else. Maybe you're entering into a connection with a Capricorn person, or because this is talking about the rest of 2024, there will be a little bit of Capricorn season at the very end of December, like the last week and a half roughly of December will be Capricorn season. So maybe there is something exciting happening for you at the very end of the year. We have the number 9. So yeah, I feel like it's funny I gave that example of going on a trip, because this would be related to the 9th house, which does make me think of travel. So I wonder if you're going on an end of year trip or something like that. And then we have the North Node. And honestly, the first thing that I thought when I saw this is that this is a confirmation that you're on the right path. And I feel like there is this recurring theme in your life where you manifest things when you realize you don't need it anymore. Because there was that message of, once you realize I don't need any one specific person to be happy or to experience real love, because it already exists within myself and I can experience it with everyone and the whole world around me, that's when you manifest your specific person. And I also think there's something here about when you realize, I don't really need money to be happy, or I don't really need status to be happy, that is when you will manifest money and status. It's like the second you don't need something, it manifests into your life. And I feel like that might be, for this particular incarnation for you, that might be a pattern that you experience and something that you're really seeing within the rest of this year. I also think that the person you're in a connection with, they could be, I'm hearing like prestige. They could be from a very good family. They could be, I'm getting the vibe of a well-off family, like international. Maybe they grew up in many different places, or maybe they, even if they didn't come from a good family, they have made that name for themselves. Kind of like a internationally renowned something, or maybe they have companies in multiple countries, and I can see you jet setting with them, like going to different places because they travel for work, and they're definitely high status. That's the vibe I'm getting from them. These could also be relevant placements like Capricorn in the 9th house, which would be like a Taurus rising, or North Node in the 9th house. It could be Saturn in the 9th house as well, because Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. North Node in Capricorn, North Node in Sagittarius, Saturn in Sagittarius, Jupiter in Capricorn. Yeah, those could be relevant placements. They don't have to be, but that could be confirmation for some of you. And the numbers 23 and 3. Maybe this is like March 23rd. Life path 2, life path 3, life path 5. Someone's 23 years old. There's a 3-year age gap. Yeah, but I think those are all of the messages for my group number 2s. So I'm going to end your reading here. Thank you so much for letting me do this reading for you. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching, and I wish you all the best. Please take good care of yourself. Stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. If you enjoy my content and you'd like to find me elsewhere, I'm going to have linked down below my tarot reading Instagram, my personal Instagram, my Patreon, where you can watch tons of timeless, exclusive pick a card readings, just like this one, and you can also decide on topics for future readings. I will link my music channel, which includes the intro song of this video. That is an original song. I will also have my latest release link down below, and finally my vlog channel and my merch, which features the floating temple that was at the start of this video. Thank you guys so much for supporting me, my channel, and anything I do. I really appreciate having you here, and I'm sending so much love to you, to your higher self, to anyone who appeared in this reading, to their higher self. I'm sending love to your spirit guides, your spiritual team, your companion animals if you have them, and all of your loved ones, both here on Earth and in the other realms. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye. Hi, number threes. So if you guys chose the strawberry quartz, this is going to be a reading all about what is happening for you in the rest of 2024. As you can see, I have these two piles of oracle cards. So this one is going to represent your current energy at the time that you are watching this. And this is going to represent your energy at the very end of the year. So we're going to compare these two energies and see what is shifting for you within the rest of this year. And if what I'm describing in your current energy does resonate with your current situation, then that will be your sign that this is in fact your group. So without further ado, let's get into it. Starting with your current energies, we have vanilla infused memories, enjoyment, relaxation, ease. We have love with tomato. And we have travel. Then for your end of year energies, we have deepen your faith, divine pull, trust, surrender. We have affection with sorrel. I don't think I've seen this one before. I don't even know what that is. And then we have courage. Okay, it's interesting that we have travel here because I feel like that is pretty specific. So that might be a pretty clear indication of whether this is your group or not. If you have recently traveled, if you are planning to travel, maybe you are literally traveling right now at the time that you are watching this video. Like maybe you're out of town, or you're on vacation, or you're like literally on a train, I don't know. Or this could also be indicating that travel has been heavily on your mind in your current energy. It's a big goal of yours, or it's a big desire of yours. And at the end of the year, we have this energy of courage, and this is also a number 1 card. So at the end of the year, you are ready to bravely start on a new path, dive into a new beginning. And there's something about your travel that is inspiring you or giving you the courage to do so. Now, for some of you, this could literally be that you are bravely making the decision to relocate somewhere far away or to start a new life somewhere else. Or it could just be that an experience you have, or a way of life that you are exposed to, or a person you meet during travels could inspire you and give you the courage you need to live a different kind of life. What I can say for sure for my group number 3s is that it looks like by the end of this year, you are feeling brave and you're ready to embrace a new way of life and you're ready to make a significant change in your life. We'll probably see more about what that entails when we get into your tarot, but that's what I can see from these oracle cards. And it's also interesting that we have this transition from love to affection, because the way I'm seeing it is that love represents an emotion and affection represents like the demonstration of love, or the act of love. So it's like something that you've held close to you in your heart, you're ready to finally demonstrate it. You're ready to finally act on it. So for this group, you've had a desire or you've had a longing that you haven't expressed. I'm hearing for some of you, you haven't said it out loud, or you haven't really admitted to yourself that you have this desire. And as such, it hasn't been reflected in your external reality. And it's like by the end of the year, you're ready to truly say, I want to make this desire a reality. I'm ready to live out and take actions towards what is in my heart. And until then, there was some fear. There was some fear that didn't allow you to do that. I think it's because pursuing this desire involves some element of diving into the unknown. But at the end of this year, you're feeling very brave. We have the number 5 here too, which is about change. So it's literally like something is shifting for you where you used to be afraid of pursuing your dream life, and now you are not afraid anymore. And you're ready to truly demonstrate what has been in your heart. So then we have these 2 cards. We have Vanilla Infused Memories, Enjoyment, Relaxation, Ease, going into Deepen Your Faith, Divine Pull, Trust, Surrender. So it really does look like you are preparing to take a leap of faith. And while I do think that the main energy of this card is meant to be about revisiting memories from a pleasant place, like enjoying memories of the past, just within the context of this spread, it may be a little bit like staying in your comfort zone, or I don't even know if this is the right way to say it, but the way it came to me is living vicariously through past versions of yourself. It's as if you're afraid to step out and create new experiences and create new memories. And so you just keep living off thrills of the past, excitement of the past, achievements of the past. For some of you, there may be a part of you that is afraid that you cannot recreate those good times that you used to have in the past, almost like it is too late for you, or you'll never be able to top what you did before, or it just won't be the same. It's this feeling of holding on to those past memories because some part of you may truly believe that that's all you have at this point. So for example, reminiscing on memories of travels that you used to do, of trips you used to go on, and feeling like that's never going to happen again. You wouldn't be able to do that again. Or it could even be something about your career, like looking back on all of the exciting things you used to do, or your creative pursuits, and being like, oh, there's no way I could do that now. And your brain might come up with different reasons or different excuses why you wouldn't be able to do that now, or it just wouldn't be the same. And actually, now that I sit with this energy, it could even be about relationships, like reminiscing on times that you had with a certain person or with certain people, and feeling like, oh no, we've drifted apart now. I couldn't possibly reach out to them again, or even if we saw each other again, it wouldn't be the same. And so it's almost like you feel you have to go to these past memories to find that happiness because you wouldn't be able to create it in the future. But that's changing by the end of this year. Like, no, the best is yet to come. Some of my most exciting experiences and some of my greatest successes are still yet to come. I just have to take a leap of faith. For some of you, it could be just related to the passing of time, because I feel like when you're younger, you kind of feel like you have nothing to lose, and so you just kind of boldly dive into new experiences. And then when you get older, that's when you start to be more risk averse, or maybe you start to be more nervous about doing stuff and thinking about all of the consequences and what if this goes wrong and what if that goes wrong. Like for some of you, it could just be because you're older now that it's harder to take risks, or it's harder to take leaps of faith. But I feel like that's what your soul is calling you to do. They're saying the best moments of your life are not just in the past, they are in the future as well. And they're here right now as well. And yeah, there's something about a trip that you go on or a change of scenery that is giving you the courage that you need to be like, you know what, I want to start a new chapter in my life. Interesting. So if this sounds like you, then this is your group, and we're going to keep going. And there have been energies of different court cards coming up for the groups. For this group, you have the Queen of Swords and the Knight of Pentacles that are coming through. And so there is a feeling of detaching from emotion and continuing to move forward. So it's like moving forward even if you're scared, or moving forward even if you don't have it all figured out. I'm hearing when in doubt, keep moving forward. In times of confusion, just keep moving forward and more will be revealed to you. You might be making a decision that feels kind of impulsive by the end of this year, or you're making plans to do something impulsive in the rest of this year. So I'm going to be taking reversals for this part. And if a card comes up in the upright, it's going to indicate something happening externally. If a card comes up in the reverse, it's going to indicate something happening internally. And I also want to put a stand for our strawberry quartz because she is wobbling. What is happening for my group number 3s in the rest of 2024? We have the 5 of Cups in reverse, the King of Pentacles in the upright, the Page of Wands in reverse, the Page of Pentacles in reverse, and then at the bottom of the deck, we have the Ace of Swords. It's interesting how quickly all of these cards came out, because that definitely wasn't the case for the previous groups. So this does give me the feeling, again, of kind of doing something impulsively or making a sudden change in your life. Whenever you happen to be watching this video, I'm assuming it's still 2024, but we don't really have that much time left in the year. It's just like a few months to go. But I feel like in these few months, a lot is going to change in your life. There could be more changing by the end of this year than has changed in your life in the past several years. It's a period of big changes and fast changes. And I feel like with the Ace of Swords being at the bottom of the deck, this kind of represents the overall theme. And this is things happening. It's like decisions being made quickly and swiftly, and we're just going for it. And there's also a feeling with the Ace of Swords of epiphanies or downloads. So you might feel like, oh my gosh, I'm being crazy, I'm being impulsive, this is all happening so fast. Almost like acting and making decisions and locking things in without, and then like thinking about it after, thinking about what that will entail after. And you kind of have to trust that you're being divinely guided. I want to just rearrange these so that the reversals are together, because these represent things that are going on for you internally. But what I do like is that internally we have these pages, which totally indicates that you are ready for a new beginning. And then externally we have an ace, which is also a new beginning. So it's like inside of you, you're craving a new beginning, and life is reflecting that back to you and offering you, I'm hearing offering you a chance at a fresh start. I also love that this knight is walking into the forest with armor on, because it's like you are taking a leap of faith into the darkness of the unknown, but you know that you are protected. You know that you are safe. Even this King of Pentacles that has the tree bark around him, you may be protected by your ancestors. In any case, I think you should know that you have a very, like you have some big boys in your spiritual team. You have some big dogs, some top dogs in your spiritual team who will not let anything happen to you. They want you to know that you are safe. And again, there's this feeling of you may feel like you're being silly or you're being impulsive, but actually you are acting from a deep wisdom. I'm hearing ancient wisdom. You're acting from an ancient wisdom. The direction that you're going in, it's the culmination of many lifetimes or of many generations. The new way of life that you're stepping into, you were meant to live this life. And there's also a feeling of returning to your nature, or you could be literally returning to nature, like nature on earth, or returning to your natural self. Also, something that is interesting, you're going to be manifesting a lot of money from various places. It's like the second you decide to do something, the money or the resources just kind of find you. I see you making a decision to do something, and then you're like, oh my gosh, well, how am I going to pay for that? And then boom, like something just happens. Like you get a job offer, or some money that was owed to you that you forgot about comes in, or you get a refund for something, or, you know, someone pays for something for you. Whenever you decide to do something, the universe will rally to bring you whatever resources you need. And so that's kind of another theme for the rest of this year, is manifesting money from seemingly random places or seemingly out of nowhere. And kind of realizing that the potential is always around you. With your internal energy though, in addition to these pages, we do have the 5 of Cups. So something that will be happening for you internally in the rest of this year, and maybe this is an energy that you're in right now, is having to come to terms with the fact that you're not happy with something. This could be with life in general, like you're just not feeling happy with your life and you can't ignore that anymore. If you've been trying to brush over those feelings with toxic positivity, or, oh, just focus on the bright side, I think there's a part of you that's kind of cutting the BS, so to speak. And maybe that's why the Queen of Swords energy was present, because she clears away everything that doesn't serve us, and she's very no BS, no nonsense, let's just be real. So it's like, if you're not happy with your life, or if there's a particular area of your life that you're not happy with, you can't lie to yourself. That energy does not lie. And so I think an important step of this journey is sitting with those feelings of disappointment, because this is number 5. This is change. It is those feelings of disappointment that will propel you to take action, that will propel you to make a change. Use those emotions as your fuel. Being in your comfort zone does not really fuel you into any action. It just makes you kind of coast through life. You can use those emotions as fuel. They're bringing something to your attention about something that needs to change. And it's not, I want to say it's not a failing to be dissatisfied or to be unhappy. And it's actually a gift to be able to see your pain, or to be able to recognize your disappointment and to choose to do something differently. You are not powerless to the dissatisfaction that you feel. You can do something about it, but you have to admit it to yourself first. And I think that that's what this 5 of Cups is representing. And when we look at this image, I feel like you're this fish in the fishbowl who wants to be released into the ocean. So you are currently in an environment that is just too small for you. You want to explore, you want to expand, you want to be the little fish in the big pond, but you have been trapped in this fishbowl. And maybe there was a point where you thought that it would be easier to convince yourself that you like the fishbowl than it would be to dive into this big scary ocean, which is your freedom. And there's a turning point where you can't do it anymore. And you're like, I'd rather take the big scary ocean, whatever it may lead, than be trapped in this fishbowl forever. Admitting that something needs to change. And then we have 2 pages, which I feel is really confirming that you need a change, you need a new beginning. And I feel like the suit of wands, it represents things that are more non-physical, and the suit of pentacles represent things that are physical. So it's almost like not only is your soul telling you this, but literally your body is trying to communicate this to you. So for example, this might manifest as feeling very fatigued. This might manifest as feeling foggy and not being able to focus. This might manifest as pain or discomfort in your body, tension in your body, a literal feeling in your gut, like in your stomach, that something is wrong. I feel like your soul and your body are on the same page, and they've been trying to communicate this message to you. For some of you, this could be that you're wanting to do something different with your career. You're definitely wanting to be in a more adventurous energy and in a more creative energy, because you've swam around this fishbowl a million times, and it's like there's nothing new here to see. There's nothing new to experience. There could be something about being too sheltered, because it's like no matter where you go, you're gonna have this layer of glass between you and the outside world. And it's like maybe you're tired of looking at something through a screen, or looking at a place, or looking at someone through a screen, and you want to actually go and experience it yourself. I'm tired of just daydreaming about this when I'm in my room and watching videos. I want to actually be there. I want to actually go do that thing. I want to actually go make it real. And to do that, I have to take this leap of faith out of the little fishbowl and into the vast, unknowable ocean. And I think, like I said, I think it's around the end of the year that you're really working up the courage to do that. And you're starting to plot, you're starting to make plans. Things are changing very quickly. Once you make the decision. And it may be some kind of official statement that you make to yourself, 2222 as I'm saying that, or that you make to your spiritual team, with the Ace of Swords being about communication. Maybe you write this down in your journal, or maybe you say it out loud to yourself, or maybe you tell someone in your life about it. But it's like once you make that statement, the universe is like, okay, done, I've heard you. And suddenly, seemingly out of the blue, you start manifesting all of the resources, all of the help that you would need to make this change possible. It seems like something that's going to be big and daunting. It's like if you were this little fish and you're so scared of jumping into this huge ocean, but then a big whale comes along and is like, hey, you can ride on my back. I will protect you. Like the universe, you're really going to see how the universe rallies and how the universe has your back once you decide that you want to make something happen. I can tell you that much. So we're going to roll some dice now. With the King of Pentacles, I wonder if you're going to have some kind of mentor who is helping you in this journey. Could be family that is paying for something, or family that is supporting something. It could be just a kindred spirit who is farther along the path than you, who can help you with their knowledge and resources and experience. And there could be, depending on the nature of this journey, there could be someone who's kind of taking you under their wing. Like you could be someone's apprentice, or this could also be a sponsor, a financial sponsor, someone who's funding your ventures. Could be a company as well. It doesn't have to be an individual person. But anyway, let's roll these dice and see what else you need to know about the rest of the year. So we're going to take 4 dice. We have Libra. Oh, and we have a Libra here too. So a Libra person could be significant. Someone with Libra placements, whether that's you or someone else. It could also be that Libra season will be significant. I don't know when you're watching this. Maybe Libra season already passed, but Libra season is late September to late October. Okay, let me try that again. That almost fell off the table. We have the number 2. So that is definitely confirmation of manifesting. There's finances and there's resources that you are manifesting in the rest of this year. So, oh, sorry. I'm like just repositioning myself and I feel like I wobbled the table quite a bit. There's, resources coming in. You could be gaining If there's a possession that you've really wanted, you could be gaining it. A purchase that you've really wanted to make, something that will help you on your journey, or just quite simply something that you have wanted. Could be gifted to you, or you could get the money that you need to buy it yourself. And I just feel like anytime you need money, it's just going to appear. You're kind of becoming a money magnet in the rest of this year. There's also a message about a person becoming more consistent in your life. So this could be someone you're reconnecting with. Like if there's someone you drifted apart from and you haven't been in a lot of contact, they're becoming more of a regular person in your life. You're starting to talk every day or almost every day. You're building more trust with this person. You're getting more reciprocation from this person. And this could be any type of connection. There could be someone coming back around, especially communications that had been left in the air, you know? Like one day someone just stopped replying, or you were trying to work something out with this person and it just things kind of fell flat. You know how sometimes conversations just fizzle out? It's like something that fizzled out is coming back, and it's coming back even stronger. And now you're going to be in regular contact with this other party. We have the sign of Taurus, which we have, that's funny, Libra came out here and then Taurus came out here. So Taurus person could be significant as well. Taurus, sun, moon, rising, whether that's you or someone else. And Taurus actually relates to the second house. And so this is just really highlighting the material world and things materializing out of you. And there's really, I probably sound like a broken record, but there's really just this feeling of things manifesting for you out of thin air, especially money and possessions and equipment and resources and things like that. And then we have the sign of Leo. Why am I thinking of the word delulu? Like that is not even specifically related to the sign of Leo, but and listen, I feel like delulu has a different connotation than delusional, okay? Delulu's like, let me unapologetically believe in myself. Let me shamelessly believe in my dreams. Let me be optimistic. Let me open up my heart to what is possible for me. At least that's how I feel when I see that word. You might feel a different kind of way. But I'm thinking of like, may your delulu come true lulu. And it will. And you might feel a little bit delulu when you are making these plans and making these decisions. And I feel like when these things start manifesting for you, as the universe's way of showing you like, okay, if you're in, I'm in. See, I'm serious about it. I'm not bluffing. But you might think that the universe is bluffing because these changes, these doors that are opening for you, it's happening so suddenly. And I think there's a part of you that's afraid that it's going to be pulled out from under your feet again, or, you know, the universe is going to show you this blessing and then take it away from you. But with Taurus in the second house, and Leo is these are fixed signs. They're not going anywhere. You're going to see the universe is not bluffing. So when the universe opens doors for you, she's going to keep them open. When the universe gives you something, it's yours. She's not going to take it away. I am very strongly tasting toasted sesame seeds right now. I don't know what that's about. Maybe your body wants it. Unless you're allergic to sesame seeds, then don't go near them. Or maybe someone is eating them right now. But anyway, that's probably not super important. What is important is believe in your delulu. I think that is the last message that the universe would like to impart on you right now. So also having someone with any of these signs in the second house could be significant. So if you have Libra in the second house, you're a Virgo rising. If you have Taurus in the second house, you're an Aries rising. If you have Leo in the second house, you're a Cancer rising. So look out for Virgo, Aries, and Cancer risings. Also, look out for these Venus signs. Venus in Libra, Venus in Taurus, Venus in Leo, they could be significant. I think that this new phase of life that you're entering into, this is where you're going to make some of your forever friends, or where you're going to meet some of your forever people. The people you meet in the next couple of years, there's some really, really important forever people. And I'm getting emotional when I talk about it, because I think this kind of goes back to believing that your happiest days are not behind you, they're actually in front of you in the future. Some of the people you will love the most and who will love you the most, some of the people you will have the most beautiful friendships with and create the most beautiful memories with, like, you don't even know they're out there yet. And I think it's so beautiful to know that someone who is gonna love you to bits and pieces is literally out there walking this earth right now, and they just don't know it yet. They don't know that they're gonna meet this amazing person yet, and that amazing person is you. It, like, your besties are out there. You just, this is a very exciting energy, group number 3. But I think I'm gonna leave it here. I think that is everything. So thank you so much for letting me do this reading for you. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching, and I wish you all the best. Please take good care of yourself, stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. If you enjoy my content and you'd like to find me elsewhere, I'm gonna have linked down below my tarot reading Instagram, my personal Instagram, my Patreon, where you can watch tons of timeless, exclusive pick a card readings. They are just like these ones that I do here on YouTube. And you can also decide on topics for future readings there. I will link my music channel, which includes the intro song of this video. That is an original song. I'll also have my latest release link down below. And finally, my vlog channel and my merch, which features the floating temple that was at the start of this video. Thank you guys so much for supporting me, my channel, and anything I do. I really, really appreciate having you here, and I'm sending so much love to you, to your higher self, to anyone who appeared in this reading, to their higher self, and I'm sending love to your spirit guides, your spiritual team, and all of your loved ones, both here on earth and in the other realms. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye. Hi, number 4s. So if you guys chose the yellow opal, this is going to be a reading all about what is happening for you in the rest of 2024. As you can see, I have these 2 piles of oracle cards here. This one is going to represent your current energy at the time that you are watching, and this one is going to represent your energy at the very end of the year. So we're going to compare these 2 and see what is shifting for you within the rest of this year. And if what I'm describing in your current energies does resonate with what you are currently going through, then that will be your sign that this is your group. So without further ado, let's get into it. Starting with your current energies, we have Divine Destiny. It's written in the stars, fate, claim it. Then we have Cleansing with lemon. And we have Angels of the 4 Directions. Then for your end of year energy, we have Angelic Whispers, Feather Energy, Loved Ones in Spirit, Divine Signs. We have Memory with Rosemary. And we have Letting Go. Okay, I love the angelic presence here with 2 cards relating to angels. So I think most of you who chose this group, you know that you have angels around you. There could be one or multiple angels who are wanting to introduce themselves to you and wanting to work with you. But the important thing is that you know that they are around you and that they are protecting you. And it does look like they are helping you with something in the coming months. We have Divine Destiny and we have Cleansing. And also you have a number 4 card, Angels of the 4 Directions. It does give a feeling of destiny, of your divine plan, of aligning with your highest path. I see you in this energy currently, or if you are in this energy, then that's a sign that this is your group. You're in this energy of asking your angels or asking spirit to remove anything from your life that is not in alignment with your highest path, whether that's connections, environments, situations in your life, anything that is not part of your divine destiny or anything that is not part of your highest path, you are asking your angels to remove it. You may be currently in an energy where you want to be liberated from something. It could even just be a feeling that you want to be freed from. For those of you who have been feeling stuck in frustration or in desperation, or you've been feeling a lack of fulfillment, it could even just be a subtle nagging feeling that something is not right or that something is out of place. And I'm hearing you're tired of trying to do it on your own. And so you are humbly asking for higher powers to help you. If something is not meant for me, please show me. Because it's like you feel like your burden is too heavy right now. And so you must be holding on to something that you're not meant to be holding on to. You want to be freed. You want to let go. You want a weight from you to be lifted. You want to feel lighter. And so I feel like this is the energy that you are currently in. And this is quite specific, you know? So I think you'll probably know pretty quickly if this is your group or not. And then what I see here in the second row is that your angels will answer you by the end of the year. I think it's very interesting. Of course, we have this message of letting go, which is very straightforward. There will be some things that you let go of. I thought it was interesting that we got this number 16 because that's the number of the tower. And that does talk about things falling apart in your life or things being destroyed to make way for something new. It's like we're clearing the way so that new blessings can come in and new energies can come in. And I kind of see a visual of a storm passing through your life, and anything that weathered that storm, you know that it was meant to be there. It's like a big rainstorm comes through your life, and anything that's not meant to be there gets washed away with the rain. And anything that is still there, that stood the test of time, I'm hearing, you know that it was meant to be. Because when I look at this card, it's like some of the dogs are getting away and some of them are staying and they're holding on tenaciously. And also looking at these doors, when a storm comes in with its force, if a door is meant to open, the force of that storm will knock it open. If there's any doors that are still closed after this storm, then you know that they were never meant to open. So things in your life could kind of be shaken up. I'm hearing turned upside down. But it's a blessing in disguise because it's going to show you what was really meant to be and what really wasn't meant to be. I'm seeing you in the middle of this storm in your life being like, why is this happening? And maybe feeling disheartened by it. And your angels are saying, well, this is the answer to your prayers. You asked us to get rid of everything that's not meant for you, and that's what we're doing. You asked us to show you what was really destined for you and what was really meant to be there, and that's exactly what we're doing. We have to shake up your life to shake these things loose that are meant to go away. So I definitely think that this Angelic Whispers card is talking about a prayer being answered, although it might be in a kind of chaotic way or in a kind of messy way. I do think though, because this is whispers, this is subtle, it is kind of suggesting to me that you may know deep down what is meant to be and what is not meant to be, and you just need some help from your angels of accepting it, or you need some help from them to confirm it to you and really show it to you, which is totally fine. And then we have memory, which I think is talking about things becoming a thing of the past. It feels like there were some things that were meant to be in your life for a certain time, but now their time is over. You'll find that there were certain things that were meant to be in your life just for a season. But what you need to know as we move towards the end of this year is that whatever is meant to be and stay in your life will not go anywhere, and it will weather any of the storms in your life. I'm also thinking of, I don't know if this is a quote, but I saw somewhere it said, anything that can be destroyed by the truth deserves to be destroyed, or it was something to that effect. Like, if truth coming out is going to make something fall apart, then let it fall apart, because you should be living in truth. So that might be a message for some of you. But yeah, this is a pretty specific energy. So if this is you, if this is something you feel that you're going through, or you've been longing for this kind of clearing and releasing in your life, then this is your group. We're going to get into your tarot now to see more about specific events that will be happening for you in the rest of this year. And I am going to be taking reversals. So if a card comes up in the upright position, then this will represent something external that is happening. If it comes out reversed, this will represent something internal. I also feel like, and this is something I've experienced in my own life, it kind of feels like King of Cups or Queen of Cups energy, where even in the midst of chaos, or even in the midst of things seemingly going wrong, so to speak, or hitting the fan in your life, you just have this deep knowing that everything is going to be okay. And so you're embracing whatever's happening. Even if it feels scary on the outside, there's something within you that's telling you, like, this is meant to be happening and everything's going to be okay. And it's interesting. Sometimes it feels like why am I not more upset? Why am I not panicking more? Because my soul knows that everything is under control, even if it looks chaotic on the outside. I also think, yeah, there's Knight of Wands energy here as well. I just see you going through some crazy shit is how it's coming through, but being able to laugh about it and being able to stay hopeful and stay lighthearted through the whole thing. Like, I see you on paper, it might look like some crazy stuff is happening in your life, but you're able to just make jokes about it and laugh about it and make light of it. Not like you're belittling what's happening, but you already are connected to the future version of you that got to the light at the end of the tunnel. You already know on a soul level that everything is okay, and so you're able to sort of meet the circumstances with humor. Okay, my lovely group number 4s. What is happening for my group number 4s in the rest of this year? We have the Emperor in the upright, which is another number 4. We have the 9 of Pentacles. The King of Cups. Oh my gosh, we were just talking about it. The King of Cups in reverse. That's that internal anchor that you have that tells you everything is going to be okay. Turtles or sea turtles could be a significant animal for this group. And then we have the Hanged Man in the upright. I just want to see if do I have sea turtles in here? Oh my gosh, is there no sea turtle? Where surely there will be turtle. I'm just looking in my pocket guide to spirit animals because I feel, oh yes, there is. Okay, here we go. You've been going much too fast for too long, so slow down and pace yourself. This is a time to be more self-reliant and less dependent on others. Take time to nurture yourself and simply observe and feel your emotions. This is a period of increased sensitivity to the Earth's vibrations and those of the collective human consciousness, which you'll first feel as sensations in your body prior to the resultant emotions. Spend a few hours or longer in solitude, away from other people and the usual noise that surrounds you. This is a very creative, fertile time, and you need to shield yourself from interferences that threaten to distract you. Wow. So cool that we have messages of self-reliance and independence, because that's literally the Emperor and the Nine of Pentacles. It's independence, it's reclaiming your power. You could be spending a lot more time in solitude for the rest of this year, and I think the Hanged Man is talking about that as well. Spending time in a kind of, I'm hearing liminal space. You're alone and it doesn't really feel real. It feels like your regular life is on hold. And from this space, you are reflecting a lot and you're creating a lot. You could be writing a lot of things down, journaling, brainstorming. I have this vision, which might just be for a few of you, but I see you getting interviewed a few years down the road. You're getting interviewed about something that you created, and you're being asked what the process was. And you say, oh my gosh, at that time in my life, my whole life was turned upside down. I was going through this, I was going through that. And I secluded myself in solitude, I retreated, and this body of work just came pouring out in the midst of all of this chaos that was going on in my life. And that story is inspiring. You're being interviewed about it. Interesting, specific message for a few of you. I wanted to share that. Oh, and we also have to look at the bottom of the deck energy, which this is going to represent a main theme for the rest of the year. We have Knight of Pentacles in reverse. So this is also something internal. It's like an inner fuel or an inner motor, I want to say, inside of you that keeps you moving forward. And this Knight of Pentacles is making me feel very, very emotional. I'm hearing the world keeps turning. And this is not something that you're saying to belittle what you're going through. It's not meant to come through as like, oh, who cares? Like, the world is still spinning. It's not the end of the world. It's that no matter what happens, life goes on. No matter what happens, all of the living creatures of the world are doing their best to live. The sun is still coming up. The birds are still singing. The trees are still growing. My heart is still beating. It's actually very beautiful. Like, it's like feeling the resilience of existence. No matter what might happen, the world keeps spinning and things keep moving. And it's almost like you're finding a solace in that, I just need to keep moving forward. I just need to keep going. I also feel like you could be getting more in touch with your body, because the Suit of Pentacles does have to do with the physical. And there was something about that in your turtle passage as well. Increased sensitivity to the Earth's vibrations and the collective human consciousness, which you'll first feel as sensations in your body prior to the resultant emotions. You may feel something physically in your body before really being able to make sense of what the emotion is. You might even, I don't even know what this means, but I just heard that you feel future events in your body. So for example, I guess it's like before something good happens in your life, you might feel butterflies in your chest and you don't know why. Or before something bad happens, you might feel heavy in the pit of your stomach and you don't know why. It's like your body picks up on it before. It's kind of like when animals know an earthquake is coming before humans can sense it. Your instinctive animal body knows events are coming before it really happens. And as you get more in touch with your body, you're like discovering this gift that you have. But yeah, you're like, I know deep down it's going to be okay, no matter how messed up things might look right now. And something in me is just telling me to keep moving forward. And maybe that's my soul, my higher self is telling me just keep moving forward, or my angels are telling me, and I trust them. You have loved ones on the other side who are like guardians to you. And also, you might want to keep, like I have this angel here, you might want to keep little trinkets or accessories with angelic imagery just to feel closer to your angels and to let them know that you're open to their messages and you're thinking about them. Angelic presence is just a big theme for the rest of this year, getting your strength from angels. Okay, what was I talking about? I'm kind of going all over the place with these. But yeah, we had the Emperor and the Nine of Pentacles, which I think is definitely talking about independence. One of the things that might be cleared from your life is something that was trapping you. It's something that you may have had an attachment to because it maybe brought you a sense of stability and security, but your angels feel that it was trapping you. And you could be quickly transitioning from being afraid to be alone to now feeling liberated that you are alone and you can discover yourself all over again and you can do whatever you want. Just looking at this person playing the piano, I'm thinking of a musician as an example. This would be like if a musician suddenly got dropped by their label and they're freaking out because they think that they need the label and, oh my gosh, my career is over. I don't have that support now. I'm not going to have the same stability in my career. And it might be scary at first, but something tells them just keep going, just keep making music, just keep doing it on your own. It's going to be okay. And then sure enough, they become a successful and thriving independent artist and they have more freedom. So it's like something that you're attached to, whether you think you need it or it just makes you feel more comfortable, more supported. That could be taken away from you is the way it's coming through, but not really, because it was never meant to be there. So it's not like something you actually needed or that was meant for you that's being taken away. It's something that was trapping you or stifling you. And while it may initially be scary, you will come to appreciate that newfound freedom. I think that you're more powerful than you realize, and your angels I see them taking off training wheels. It's like you're riding a bike with training wheels because you think you need them, and then your angels take the training wheels off and you're like, what are you doing? Are you trying to, I'm gonna crash, I'm gonna fall off my bike, like what are you doing? But then you realize that you're just going without them and you're fine, and you would have never realized that you had that capability if you hadn't lost the training wheels. Like, does that make sense? You're relying on something that you don't need to be relying on. You think you need it, but you are more powerful without it. And it's actually hindering you, it's preventing you from seeing your true power. Many of you could be moving into your own place or like leaving a company and establishing your own. You're doing something on your own. You're building something on your own, at least at first. At least you're starting off on your own, and people might come and join you later, but you are, with this is Aries energy, so you are becoming something of a pioneer or a trailblazer. And I do think it will take some time to see. You feel within you that things are going to be okay, but it might take some time to really see that in your external reality. And so it kind of seems like you could be spending the rest of this year in a bit of an in-between phase where a chapter is over, but you don't really feel like the new one has started yet. You're just kind of building the foundations, and you don't really know where this new chapter is going to go yet, but you have to just wait and trust the vision. Because your soul knows. And I'm sure if you sit with your soul and if you ask your soul to show you, they will show you. They might show you through dreams. They might show you through the things that you write down. When you go back and read them, you're like, what the heck? There's a message in there. Yeah. It's definitely I want to say it's a weird time in your life. And it's an unprecedented time in your life. And I think you definitely didn't see yourself in this place, at least not anytime soon. But you are the baby bird who is, why did that make me emotional? You're the baby bird who is ready to fly out of the nest on their own and spread their own wings. But you won't realize that unless Mama Bird pushes you. Even sea turtles. I feel like I talk about this anytime there's sea turtles on a card, but when baby sea turtles hatch, they just go to the ocean by themselves. They hear the sound of the waves and they instinctively know to go. And their mom just lays the eggs and dips, you know? Because they can do it on their own. And the mother probably also instinctively knows that it's okay to leave them because the babies know what they're doing. I don't know. I'm not a sea turtle, at least this time around. Whatever. Let's just brush past that. Yeah, so your angels would never leave you to do something on your own unless they knew that you were more than capable of doing it. So it's kind of a scary opportunity to see how strong and how capable you truly are, and also to see what was really meant to stick around in your life. Okay, so for the last part of this reading, we're just going to roll some dice for any additional messages or information. So I've taken 4 random dice out of my bag. We have number 12, so that is related to the 12th house. Again, there's a feeling of solitude, of seclusion, of being deeply reflective for the rest of this year. Very, very creative as well. You could be creating stuff or writing stuff down. You don't even know what it means. You don't even know what it's about. Like you're just straight up channeling. You're like, I don't even know if I'm supposed to make sense of this. I am just the channel for this. But maybe coming back at a later date, you'll understand what it's about and what you were channeling. You'll also probably have some pretty vivid dreams for the rest of this year. Maybe you already are. And you know, the 12th house, it's also the unconscious, the collective unconscious. And that came up in your turtle passage as well, that you have increased sensitivity to the vibrations of the collective human consciousness. So when you're channeling stuff and you're like, what the heck is this? You may be channeling the collective subconscious. We have the sign of Scorpio. So there's deep healing happening. There's an intense release that is happening in your life, which we've already seen. There's a transformation happening for sure. We have the number 2, which is related to the second house. You could be going through a career change, or the things that are being cleared away from your life are happening so that you can experience even more security in the future and even more material abundance in the future. So anything that is holding you back from experiencing more material abundance is going to be washed away in the storm, so to speak. And then we have the planet of Venus. I think this is just a reminder that everything is happening for the best. And I think something that's really beautiful about you and about this energy is that you are seeing the beauty in everything that is unfolding. You could be in a situation that is so painful, and yet you're still so deeply moved at how beautiful life is and how beautiful existence is. Like, there's something about this that is really making you, deeply moved and deeply touched by existence, and seeing the beauty in what is happening, and knowing that this is all going to be for the best. I think you're also embracing your sensitive side more. So no longer are you going to mask how sensitive you are and mask how deeply you feel, which I think is something that you maybe have done. Some of you have even done it unconsciously. Like, you are a deeply sensitive and deeply feeling, intense individual, but you hid it so well that you even hid it from yourself, and like didn't realize how emotional you are, is kind of how it's coming through. And all of this, you're entering into a hyper creative phase, group number 4. Like, things are spilling out of you, and there could be a lot of unprocessed emotion, or emotion that's accumulated over the years that is just spilling out of you as well. This is definitely a time of heightened emotions, but it's a positive experience. It's for the best. So these can also be astrological placements that are significant. So someone could have Scorpio in the 12th house, which would make them a Sagittarius rising, or they could have Scorpio in the 2nd house, which would make them a Libra rising. Someone could have Venus in Scorpio or in the 8th house, Venus in Pisces or in the 12th house, Venus in Taurus or in the 2nd house. So you or someone who is significant to you could have these placements. They don't have to, but it could be a confirmation. Also Scorpio season, because this is a rest of 2024 reading, and Scorpio season there will be one by the end of this year. So that's late October. Yeah, from late October onwards, because I feel like 12 could also be December. That could be an intense period for you, a kind of emotional period. And then there's also Gemini and Leo energies here, which could be significant. Someone could be a Gemini sun with Venus in Leo, or a Leo sun with Venus in Gemini. Why did that just confuse me? Yeah, Gemini sun with Venus in Leo, Leo sun with Venus in Gemini. Yeah. Anyway, group number 4s. Those are all the messages that I'm seeing for you. So I'm going to end your reading here. Thank you so much for letting me do this reading for you. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching, and I wish you all the best. Please take good care of yourself. Stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. If you enjoy my content and you'd like to find me elsewhere, I'm going to have linked down below my tarot reading Instagram, my personal Instagram, my Patreon, where you can watch tons of timeless, exclusive pick a card readings, just like the ones we do here on YouTube. And you can also decide on topics for future readings. I will link my music channel, which includes the intro song of this video that is an original song. I'll also have my latest release link down below. And finally, my vlog channel and my merch, which features the floating temple that was at the start of this video. Thank you guys so much for supporting me, my channel, and anything I do. I really appreciate having you here, and I'm sending so much love to you, to your higher self, to anyone who appeared in this reading, to their higher self, and I'm sending love to your spirit guides, your spiritual team, your angels, and all of your loved ones, both here on earth and in the other realms. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.